2 days have been set aside for pre-trial motion hearings today, tomorrow, and there are also more hearings scheduled later in the fall. There is a courtroom in this courthouse that is full of lawyers for the accused, 2 lawyers appearing on behalf of each of the 5 accused, plus the Crown attorneys there assigned to this case. The 5 players who have been accused of sexual assault not here in person for this portion of the proceedings. Those 5 accused are Alex Formanton, Cal Foote, Carter Hart, Dylan Dubé, and Michael McLeod. They are each facing 1 count of sexual assault, and Michael McLeod is facing a 2nd charge of being a party to the offense. At the time the charges were laid, 4 of those accused were playing in the NHL and 1 playing for a Swiss team. They all took a leave of absence from their teams. Those playing in the NHL, their contracts have since expired and they were not re-signed. It was reported recently that 2 of the players, including Michael McLeod, have signed contracts with a Russian-based hockey league. Now, we spoke to the defense lawyer for Michael McLeod on his way into court this morning, David Humphrey, and he talked about his client and the other accused being granted permission by the judge overseeing the proceedings not to have to be here in person for this portion of the legal process. Here's more of the defense lawyer.
Well, again, it's an obvious fact and it's a matter of public record. He's a professional hockey player. That's how he makes his living. Like any person facing a criminal allegation, he'd like to continue making a living. It's also a notorious fact that professional hockey careers can be short, and he'd like to extend his career as long as he can.
The 5 accused have yet to make any in-person court appearances. Up until now, their lawyers have been appearing on their behalf during hearings, and often those proceedings have been virtual. The 5 accused have waived their right to preliminary hearings. That has sped up the process a little bit. We're now at the pretrial motion hearing part of the proceedings, and it's where the lawyers make submissions about different legal issues. Those can include what evidence might be used at trial, what evidence might be excluded, other logistics about how the trial will be conducted. Those are the kinds of issues that are argued about at this stage. We're not sure exactly what motions will be argued today and tomorrow, and what is heard in court is covered by a publication ban. Now, these allegations date back to 2018. That is when the 5 accused were here in London for a gala event to celebrate the gold medal victory by Canada's World Junior Hockey team a few months prior. The alleged sexual assault happened in a hotel room, and soon after, the woman went to police with the allegation of the alleged assault, and London police opened an investigation. It was closed in 2019, police saying there were insufficient grounds to lay any charges. Then in 2022, they did a review of that initial investigation. That led London police to reopen the investigation. They assigned some new investigators, and they say they obtained some new information. That investigation lasted more than a year after they reopened it, and earlier this year, London police determining they then had sufficient grounds to lay these charges. The 5 accused did turn themselves in at a London police station. They were formally charged, and then they were released. They have not been in custody since they were charged. Now, again, there are more hearings set for later this fall. The trial itself is not scheduled to begin until September of 2025. After these men were charged, lawyers issued statements saying that their clients were innocent and intending on fighting these allegations. We heard a similar statement again from David Humphrey, the lawyer for Michael McLeod, this morning on his way into court, saying his client will defend himself against these allegations. Megan Fitzpatrick, CBC News, London.